A while back I was reminded of the toys Penny Racers by Takara that came out in the early 80s, and I've been wanting to get myself a few to add to my collection. They seem particularly hard to find, and so far in my hunt I've only picked up one carded one and this loose Moonbeam Mover Penny Racer. These were produced by Takara in, it says 1981 on the bottom here. It seems, I guess, that people just don't really know what they are, so they don't know that they're worth anything or what to sell them as. So this loose one I picked up, it only cost me £1, but as you can see it's missing all of its stickers, so I thought I would do a restoration of it and make it look how it should do. So the first job to do here is to take it apart and give it a good clean, because it's fairly dirty and there's a little bit of sticker residue around it. I'm going to take it apart. It's only got one screw on the bottom, so it should be very easy to take apart, and then clean it with some acetone. So let's get started. Just taking the screw out of the bottom, the toy comes apart into only a few pieces, so it's pretty straightforward to do. I'm using some acetone here. This is the stuff that you can remove nail varnish with. I just want to carefully sort of clean around all of the main parts of this toy because there's a fair little bit of sort of sticker residue and grease on it, and the acetone dissolves that quite nicely. It's also a good way of cleaning the surface so that it will be nice and fresh for when I make some replacement stickers. Okay, now that this is all fully clean, I've got all the grease and marks off it. The next thing to do is to create some replacement stickers. I was able to find a couple of good images showing what the stickers should look like. They're not the highest res pictures, but they're enough to give me an idea of where the stickers should be. There should be one on the front of the car, one on the back where the penny is held, and then two side stickers. I'll show you the images now. They're not great, but they're enough to give me enough detail. So what I did then was I've scanned in the side of the vehicle so that I can use it as a template, and then using some careful measurements to make sure I've done everything the correct size, I've recreated the sticker sheet in Photoshop, matching the font and colours as best I can. So once that was done, I then printed these out so that I can test them on the vehicle and make sure that they're the right size. So as you can see here, these are the sort of test stickers. These are just printed on normal paper, but they're enough for me to cut out and to make sure they fitted properly. As you can see here, this was slightly small, so I've given a bit of a modification to that to make it a little bit taller. This is the front sticker to go on the front of the vehicle. Again, this was slightly too small, so I have modified that just using this template to give me an idea of what size it should be. And then the most complicated of the stickers is this side panel. This took a fair while to create in Photoshop, as there's lots of little details, but you can see that was a pretty good fit first off, so that's going to be exactly how I print it out. And now I'm happy with those. I've printed these out onto some shiny sticky backed paper, as you can see here, so it will be a case of cutting these out and sticking them back onto the Penny Racer, and it should start to look how it was when you bought it from the shop. Right, and there we go, that's all the stickers applied. As you can see, it's some careful cutting and they fit pretty nicely. The front sticker, looking at the original toys, the front sticker was actually wrapped around and held in place behind, so I've done the same thing on my stickers, adding a little bit of extra white here that gets held in place. So now we just need to put it back together. These are very simple construction toys, so it's just a case of slotting the wheels in, and the pullback motor just clips in place and holds those front wheels in, so like so, and then the top again just hooks in place, and there we go. So I just need to screw that back together. Let's get the screw, put that on like so. So as you can see, this toy now looks exactly like it would have done as you got it out of the packet. You can see here this is a carded one. how close it all looks, the right sort of colours, the right sort of stickers. The last thing I want to do to this is get a penny so that it can be put on display with a penny in place, and I'm going to use the old trick of dropping a dirty penny, which I have here, into some Coca-Cola, and if you leave it in the Coca-Cola for a few hours, it will come out all nice and shiny. So I'm going to go and do that, and then we'll look at the final toy. So overnight I put a few old pennies in a glass of Coke, as you can see here. This is an old penny, and in here we have 3 pennies that I dropped in about 6 to 8 hours ago. So if I just dry those off, you can now see the difference in colour, and these are now perfectly clean. The acid in the Coke has eaten away all of the dirt off them, and it was really only one that I needed. It's just because I think it would look nicer with a penny racer on display with a nice clean penny in it. So that's that job done. Let's get the penny racer put together, and we'll see the final result. And so here we have the finished penny racer. I've restored the stickers fully. There's a nice clean penny sitting in the back of it, so it's ready for doing its wheelie action. And it's essentially back to being case fresh. Recreating the stickers was a little bit of a sort of challenge. I'd not done this before from scratch, so they've come out much better than I had expected. And this now looks pretty amazing. This is now going to go on display in my room along with my other single carded penny racer that I have here, and hopefully I'll be able to collect more in the future. So if you want to restore a penny racer, I hope this gives you some inspiration on how to do it, and thanks for watching.